So nice, I had to do it twice. Welcome back to Fog Football. Rangers 3, Viktoria Plzen 0. The coefficient will rest easy tonight because what a win for Rangers. They've pretty much booked their spot into the playoff round of the Champions League, barring an absolute collapse of mammoth proportions next week in the Czech Republic. I'm hearing people ask, what's happened to the Czech Republican League? Well, I'll tell you what's happened to the Czech Republic League. Russell Martin and his superheroes up front have laid the smackdown. Ant-Man and the Gasman. Phenomenal viewing, folks, to actually see two wingers in the same team either side at Ibrox for Rangers working in a cohesive unit. It was brilliant. It was phenomenal, man. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, but the 11 was right from the get-go, and the Viktoria Plzen manager had this to say, and I quote, "They were faster to the ball, we conceded cheap goals, opponent attacked very fast, we did not cope with their direct attacks. There was a difference in dynamics and quality. We have our style of play, but their pressing was great. They were better. Unfortunately, the better team won today." End of quote. So he has to swivel on that. He's raging with his own team. And I can see why. Were they cheap goals from a Viktoria Plzen point of view? Yeah, but you know the fact of the matter is this. They're not as good as us, and we showed it. You know, I think there's a reason why most people believe we'd beat them even after the weekend against Motherwell. I think there's a case for most people to be maybe slightly upset it's no more than 3 because, you know, we made it 3-0 when the Gasman stuck that header in from the Ant-Man cross. You thought, whoa, this could end anything, and at 3-0, the tie's done, but it's not over. You know, it's not time to put the slippers on, so to speak. I think it's time to take the shoes off and think about putting the slippers on because I say that to me it is over. I mean, you can. Well, I was going to say you can start booking. You can start booking accommodation for Bruges, but we don't really know who's going to win that game because that is tomorrow. But let's talk about the game then we'll dive into Russell Martin's comments. So the game, immediately you can tell things were different from the game on Saturday. Kieran Doyle, Danilo of this world, they're at the team. Tavernier's at the team. Max isn't playing at left back. He's playing at his normal position. Yefty's in there. It was just immediately, guys, so good. Ant-Man getting in behind. He whips a cross in. You're thinking, oh, God, that nearly causes a goal. Let's see more of it. And we do see more of it, right? Now, there was a few sloppy passes at the start, but you know what? They're learning this style of football, but this style of football, this game is exactly what I thought it would be for the first 60 minutes. Russell Martin style of football, man. Just pressing high, winning the ball, fast attacking football, and that's exactly what we got. We make it 1-0. Brilliant assist for Cyril Dessers here. Ball played into him from Gazma, holds it up, flicks it round for Gazma to run onto, then he just finesses it into the bottom right hand corner. Goalie, no chance, and that was his third goal in 3 games in the Champions League. I keep hearing people say, "Oh, it's his third goal," right? Now it's his third goal at this point, but people are saying, "Oh, he scored 3 goals." He had another one, right? The Gasman has got 4 goals in 3 Champions League qualifiers, guys. The guy's absolutely on fire, make no mistake about it. But then we have another great opportunity. Max Aarons plays it in behind for the Gasman. He cuts it back, and Ant-Man has his shot. Oh, blocked off the line. Oh, unfortunately, man. How great would it be if he got a debut goal? But see when we spend a couple of million on a winger, right? This is what I expect. Not the Oscar Cortezes of this world, right? The Rabi Matondos, the Baramis, right? The Jabronis, as I would call them, right? See, the Gasman and Ant-Man, this is exactly what I expect from when we sign wingers, man. Pacey, in behind, and actually have some form of end product. Not the pretenders that we've had, and I hope I never see half of them, all these pretenders play for this football club again, because this is exactly what it needs to be. He gets a shot cleared off the line, it falls to Rothwell, he blazes over, and it wasn't just attacking wise, for Ant-Man was brilliant, running back and winning the ball, running like 40 yards back and winning it. Great, phenomenal. We then had a whole host of corners, but Plzen, man, they never looked like they were ever going to score. I mean, did you give me a great block in the first half? But apart from that, man, they have a free kick in the second half that goes over. But nothing really ever. They look here. Were we fantastic? or were they absolute pish? I think it's somewhere in the middle, man. I think we made them look very mediocre. Because it's weird, even when we made it 3-0, they never once went, right, we need to grab this game here and try and make a game, make it 3-1, maybe 3-2. And I think that's what affected us into the second half. But before we get to the second half, there's a great counter-attack. Ant-Man and the Gas Man. Oh, it's brilliant, man. Pacey counter-attack football, playing each other in. Ant-Man's about to hit the shot, brought down, penalty. Tav's no on the pitch. Cyril Dessers steps up and he puts it, plants it, bottom left-hand corner, 2-0 just before the break-in. At this point you're thinking, game, set and match. Into the second half, Diamonde rattles the crossbar, plays it. Who was it? I think it was Max Aarons, man. He plays it through to the Ant-Man, and Ant-Man to the back post to the Gas Man. All their names, man. Ant-Man, Gas Man, it's brilliant. Header, 3-0. And at this point, yeah, did the tempo, did it all drop here? It did, but it's kind of what you expect, didn't it, to be honest. We then saw a whole host of subs. Raskin come on, I thought he looked really good. We saw the likes of Tav come on, Connor Barron come on, Finlay Curtis come on. I thought Lyle Cameron, who I've no mentioned so far, I thought he was fantastic, man. Absolutely unreal. Just dictating the play in that midfield. His passing was great. I think Rothwell's decent. I said in my review, you've got the Gas Man, you've got the Ant-Man. I think Joe Rothwell's the basic man. But you know what? Doing the basics is doing the basics is the basics. See if you've got a guy who can just do the basics and doesn't really put a foot wrong, I'll take that in my midfield in the engine room, and he suited it. But what I will say is I don't think Nico Raskin going forward should be dropped for Joe Rothwell or Diamonde. I thought Diamonde at the midfield three was probably the weakest. But we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's it, guys. There, a free kick that went over, and there's not really much more to report on from a Viktoria Plzen point of view. As for us, yeah, I mean, Gazma almost made it 4-0, almost got a hat trick. Tav did well on that occasion. But this is what Russell Martin had to say. I enjoyed that. I'm proud of them. I didn't do ranting and raving. We showed them why we were unhappy and they responded. I felt we played a bit too much in our half last 15, but hopefully the fans can see what we are trying to do here. End of quote. He did a lot of praising to Ant-Man and Cameron, and absolutely, because they thoroughly deserve it. But guess what, guys? That is it. Rangers 3, Viktoria Plzen 0. Unreal. Could not have asked for a better performance. I mean, yeah, you could always want 4 or 5, but the tie's done. Playoff round for Rangers. Will it be Salzburg? Will it be Club Brugge? We'll have to wait and see, but it feels like years. And it doesn't feel like, it is literally years since we had wingers either side that looked this good. And I know it's just one game, right? But Gazma's looked good for a whole host of games now. And as for Ant-Man, his debut, and he's ticked all the boxes for me. Pacey, direct, add numbers. Didn't let up, man. And he can track back. What's more to ask? The coefficient, man, sleeps well as well. It's a great Tuesday.